question is, how can Starbucks get away with charging something like $4 or $5 for a cup of, let's be frank, very mediocre coffee? And why do millions of people like you and like me keep paying for it? Equally, Nespresso. They managed to take something that was very affordable, very cheap, brewing coffee at home, and make it expensive. Now, I actually don't resent either of these two companies for their coffee or for their pricing. In fact, I think they're both marketing geniuses. So join me as I attempt to salvage something useful from my 20-year career as a professional marketing consultant to some of the world's most successful brands, and I uncover how these two coffee giants use marketing to turn beans into billions, and perhaps what's more important, how can you as an entrepreneur with far fewer resources leverage these same marketing techniques to take your business to the next level and thus make more money and retire early and buy a yacht, heck, even buy a private island.
Yes.
No, not that kind of private island.
Bueno, sí. Camina. Rico, rico, rico. Y como dice mi coro que sigue ahí. Mucha mi salsa buena.
All right then. It's not a very sunny day, which makes a change for Medellin. The rainy season has arrived, but we've come here to Parque El Tesoro, which is a mall basically where I know there's a Starbucks and an Nespresso. Alright, Nespresso done. Got my free Nespresso coffee. I tell you what, that place really is, it's designed like a high-end fashion boutique. It doesn't look like a store that sells coffee. Alright, so I've got my mango, what do you call this? Mango, dragon fruit, strawberry, acai. No, this is strawberry acai. Who knows? Who knows what you call this? I'm going to head back to the studio and let's break this down. Alright, we're back in the studio after our little trip to the city, and actually it was pretty interesting. We have a few things to talk about. Let's see. Now, I'm going to rattle through all of this stuff pretty fast, but do not despair. I've actually written a companion PDF document that you can download and read at your own leisure. It actually goes into all of the stuff we're going to talk about in this video, plus a few other things. In fact, I think there are something like 10 different things the PDF goes into, but we're only going to cover 5 in this video. So if that's the kind of thing you're into, hang around to the end of the video. I'm going to put a QR code on the screen and you can download it from there. Look, if you've never visited an espresso store before and there's one local to you, I suggest you pay it a visit and see what it's like when someone with some imagination designs the customer experience, because they sure as shit didn't take their inspiration from other coffee retailers. We're talking about products being displayed in glass cases, backlit wall displays, tasting areas. This is more the kind of store experience you'd associate with a luxury brand like Chanel or Rolls-Royce. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're thinking, Alex, but I don't have a physical store. What's any of this got to do with me? The answer is everything, because actually when you look at what Nespresso are doing across the whole of the customer experience, all of the different touch points, not just the physical stores, you can see the same idea being applied. So we're talking about luxurious product packaging. We're talking about them having a really slick website and mobile app. We're talking about the free coffee samples they send with your order, the tailored email recommendations you receive, and the advertising campaigns that let you know that this is some serious rich people shit.
Home compostable.
And still that unforgettable taste.
What else?
Basically, every touch point has been designed to let their customers know that they're indulging in something special, which is not to say that creating a customer experience is about creating an upscale customer experience, but it's about creating something that's really memorable, something that's really positive, and something that reflects what your brand stands for. Now, the underlying concept for all of this is the idea of experiential marketing, which is based on the fact that people don't buy products for what they do, they buy products for how they make them feel. So, how can you achieve this? Well, where appropriate and possible, try to find ways to activate the different senses that your customers have across the customer experience. If you're shipping physical product, find ways to enhance the unboxing experience, such as branded packaging, a handwritten note, perhaps include some mini samples for another product you sell. Ditto if you're selling a service, so try to find ways to make the onboarding process more special. So that could be a personalised video from the CEO. It could be a welcome pack that someone actually receives on their doorstep as opposed to in their email inbox. Just try and be a bit creative, essentially. No matter how successful your business is right now, you may be going great guns, but you cannot afford to rest on your laurels. You've got to keep pushing the envelope. Think about Starbucks, right? They have something like 30,000 coffee stores around the world, and they must be earning an absolute metric fuck ton of cash. Now, Starbucks could have just sat back and said, job done, guys, let's count the cash and smoke some cigars. But no, instead they've continued to push, hence we now have Starbucks drive-thrus, we've got home delivery services, we've got mobile ordering, we've got cold brew you can buy from your local grocery store. Basically, we've got Starbucks coming out of the... And that's because all of these things serve one purpose. They make it easier for people to buy Starbucks products. And that's really important because innovation on your part implies a change in behaviour on the part of your customer, which people generally resist because, one, it requires effort, and two, because it implies risk, the risk of a bad experience. So focus your innovation efforts on making your customers' lives easier. As a general rule, if you can save people either time, effort, or money, you're onto a winner. Some ideas for you then. Start small by adding new features to an existing product. Run small experiments and gather feedback as to which of your ideas are genuinely meeting customer needs. And third, and perhaps lowest effort of all, use social media to showcase quick, innovative tips related to your business. Now let's turn our attention back to Nespresso because they have this unholy trinity of exclusivity, scarcity and urgency baked into their marketing game. Now why do they do this? Because exclusivity, scarcity and urgency are powerful psychological triggers. In short, we want what we cannot have, or at least what we fear we might not be able to have very soon. Which is not to say you need to be an upscale brand to take advantage of this idea. In fact, does this ring any bells?
Tensions flared at Woolworths Chullora around 7 o'clock this morning when 3 women became involved in a toilet paper tussle.
No?
Right now there is a limit on paper goods, all tissues, paper towels and water.
At checkout, hundreds of shoppers, some wearing masks, are eager to take their ration supplies home. Why are you stocking up? Are you concerned?
Very.
So what have you come here to buy?
Water, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, canned goods.
Now, fuck knows how it started, but once stores started running out, even the most rational people couldn't resist the urge to panic buy toilet paper. So, if people can be triggered to panic buy toilet paper, they can sure as heck be triggered to buy whatever it is that you're selling. And no, you don't need a pandemic to make it work. Some ideas for you then. 1. Try running limited time offers or exclusive promotions for certain products or services that you're selling. 2. Announce special deals that are only available to your email subscribers, i.e. your most loyal customers. 3. Create limited access events, either online or in person, giving your best customers access to exclusive perks, advanced access to new products and services, and so on. Look, despite the fact that Starbucks has got an insane number of stores worldwide, they put a lot of effort into building community around each individual store. Probably the most obvious way they do this is by having their employees use your first name at every possible opportunity.
Why am I calling you by your first names? I don't even know who you are. I still call my boss Mister, and I worked for him for 7.5 years, but I walk in here all of a sudden, total stranger, and I'm calling you Rick and Sheila like we're in some kind of AA meeting.
They also have a super popular reward program, which creates tailored offers for each customer based on their purchase history. And how can we not talk about their stores? There's this whole third space idea behind them, which is designed to make them feel welcoming and, well, communal. Now, all of this adds up to creating a sense of community where we feel like we're valued as individuals and where we feel like we're at home. And once again, there's a deep-rooted psychological force at play here. It works because us humans have this innate desire to belong.
These are my people.
So, some ideas for you, right? Number one, my advice to every entrepreneur would be to prioritize building a smaller, more engaged community over a larger, less engaged community. Number two, you have no excuse not to build a digital community these days. There are so many tools available to you, not least Facebook and Discord, plus if you Google it. Third, once you've created your community, consider building tiers within the community. So you want to reward your community members the more loyal they are. Okay, final idea here is to encourage your customers to share their experiences of your brand on social media using a branded hashtag. Just create a weekly or monthly competition for the best post and reward the winner with a prize. Okay, so the final marketing takeout for today is really a bit of a meta takeout. It's a bit of a sum of the parts type thing. By doing all of these things we've just been discussing, Starbucks and Nespresso haven't just built coffee companies. They've built really successful, distinctive brands that set them apart from their competition and inspire trust and loyalty amongst their customers. So I'd urge you to think along similar lines. Build a brand that your customers and your staff really care about, and do this by creating a really compelling customer experience, building a community, innovating in a way that makes your customers' lives better, and finding ways to engineer demand for your products in a way that doesn't involve unleashing a new plague upon the planet.
Is this chicken?
Hell no. It's really impossible to turn a profit if you serve real chicken. Yeah, we use mainly bats. Yeah, but the good quality kind.
That's the most horrible thing I've ever heard.
As I mentioned before, I have created a companion PDF document that goes into a lot more detail. Here's the QR code. And look, if you found any of this useful, I'd really appreciate it if you could let me know. And look, if you want to leave me any feedback or you want to share some of your own thoughts on these topics, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, stay rebellious.